Jacques Dominique Wilkins is an American former professional basketball player who primarily played for the Atlanta Hawks of the National Basketball Association (NBA). Wilkins was a 9-time NBA All-Star and is widely viewed as one of the most acrobatic slam dunkers in NBA history, earning the nickname the Human Highlight Film. Early life and high school career. Wilkins was born in Paris on January 12, 1960, while his father was stationed there as an airman in the U.S. Air Force. He has a younger brother, Gerald Wilkins, who also played in the NBA, mainly for the New York Knicks. His family moved to Dallas and Baltimore before settling in Washington, North Carolina, where he attended Washington High School. He was the back-to-back MVP for the team's consecutive Class 3A state championships 1978 to 1979. Wilkins was in the Faces in the Crowd section of Sports Illustrated while in high school for a performance in a game versus a higher classification school, in which he scored 48 points, had 27 rebounds, 9 dunks, and 8 blocks. Wilkins then starred in the McDonald's All-American Game, the Capitol Classic, the Kentucky Derby Festival Classic, and the Dapper Dan Classic All-Star Games. College career. Wilkins entered the University of Georgia in 1979 with a reputation as an exciting player, and left as the Human Highlight Film. He averaged 21.6 points a game over his Bulldogs career, and was named SEC Men's Basketball Player of the Year in 1981, likely to go as one of the very top picks of the 1982 NBA Draft. He left college after his junior year. Professional career. Early years 1982 to 1987. Wilkins was selected 3rd overall by the Utah Jazz in the 1982 NBA Draft. However, Wilkins was not willing to play in Utah. At the same time, the Jazz were reeling from cash flow problems. As a result, the Jazz traded Wilkins to the Atlanta Hawks several months after the draft for John Drew, Freeman Williams, and $1 million in cash. Wilkins notched his first slam dunk championship at the NBA All-Star Weekend in Indianapolis during the 1984-85 season. He went on to finish the season with a 27.4 scoring average. Good for 6th in the NBA. Despite Wilkins' efforts, Atlanta finished 34-48 and failed to reach the playoffs. Wilkins exploded into the NBA's elite circle in 1985-86, winning the league scoring title with an average of 30.3 points per game. He was an NBA All-Star for the first time and was voted to the All-NBA First Team at the end of the season. He failed in his bid to repeat as NBA Slam Dunk champion. Atlanta turned its fortunes around in dramatic fashion, winning 16 more games in the 1985-86 season to finish 50-32 for the year. Wilkins scored 57 points in one game and ranked among the Hawks' leaders in rebounding, 7.9 RPG, steals 138, and free throw percentage .818. Atlanta beat the Detroit Pistons in 4 games in the first round of the playoffs, but the Hawks could not get past the eventual NBA champion Boston Celtics, losing 4 games to 1 in the Eastern Conference semifinals. After playing as a reserve for the previous year, Wilkins became the first Atlanta Hawks player to start in an NBA All-Star. Wilkins finished the year 2nd in the league and scoring 29.0 PPG to Michael Jordan's 37.1 points per game. He scored the 10,000th point of his career against the Chicago Bulls and was named to the All-NBA second team at the season's end. Atlanta went into the season with high expectations after a 50-32 mark the previous year, before losing in the Eastern Conference semifinals to the Detroit Pistons. Late 80s, 1987 to 1990. In the 1987-88 season, Wilkins posted the highest scoring average of his career and finished 2nd to Jordan in the NBA scoring race. He averaged 30.7 points for the Hawks, but Jordan bested him at 35.0. Jordan also defeated Wilkins for the Slam Dunk Championship at the NBA All-Star Weekend in Chicago. Wilkins earned a berth on the All-NBA second team and became the first Hawks player to be named NBA Player of the Week 3 times in a season. Atlanta, 50-32, won at least 50 games for the third straight season and advanced to the 1988 Eastern Conference semifinals, before losing to the Boston Celtics in 7 games. During the 1989 season with the Hawks, Wilkins' scoring average dropped slightly to 26.2. Good for 7th in the league, but he was an all-star for the 4th straight year. But Atlanta lost to the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round of the playoffs. Wilkins returned to dunking prominence in 1989-90 for his second NBA Slam Dunk Championship. He led the Hawks in steals for the first time since 1985-86, finishing with 126. For the 6th straight year, he did not foul out of a game. Nonetheless, Atlanta struggled to a 41-41, failing to make the playoffs for only the second time in Wilkins' career. Final years in Atlanta, 1990-1994. Wilkins averaged a career high of 9.0 rebounds in 1990-91, leading the Hawks in that category for the first time in his 9 NBA seasons. He also led the team in scoring for the 8th straight year, finishing at 25.9 points per game, 7th best in the NBA. He was selected to the All-NBA second team for the 3rd time in his career. Atlanta returned to the playoffs after a year's absence, drawing the defending NBA champion Detroit Pistons in the first round. The Hawks pushed the Pistons to a 5th game, but Detroit routed Atlanta. In the 1991-92 season, Wilkins ruptured his Achilles tendon. The following season, Wilkins recovered from his injury, and he set an NBA record for free throws made in a game without a miss, hitting 23 free throws against the Chicago Bulls. By the end of the season, his scoring average was up to 29.9, second in the league behind Michael Jordan's 32.6. He had developed into a full-fledged three-point threat, hitting 120 of 316 attempts for long range to shatter his previous career bests. He was later selected to the All-NBA second team. The Chicago Bulls swept the Hawks in the first round of the playoffs 3-0. Los Angeles Clippers, 1994. After 11.5 years with the Atlanta Hawks, Wilkins was traded to the Los Angeles Clippers on February 24th in exchange for Danny Manning. Wilkins showed no signs of fading in his 12th NBA season, even after a tumultuous midseason trade. This is still the only time in NBA history a team in the first place in their conference traded its leading scorer after the All-Star break. He returned to Atlanta in a Clippers uniform and tallied 36 points and 10 rebounds against his former team. Overall, Wilkins' 26.0 scoring average ranked 4th in the NBA. He concluded the season with 24,019 career points, placing 9th on the NBA's all-time list. Boston Celtics, 1994-1995. Wilkins became a free agent after the 1993-94 season and signed with the Boston Celtics. Shortly after the signing, he helped Dream Team 2 to a gold medal at the 1994 World Championship of Basketball. In his lone season with the Celtics, the team reached the playoffs but was eliminated in the first round by the Orlando Magic. Panathinaikos, 1995-1996. Unhappy with his role on a rebuilding Celtics team in August of 1995, Wilkins joined Panathinaikos of the Greek League, signing a 2-year contract worth $7 million. The club further provided him with a 4-story marbled villa of his choosing, a maid, 2 cars, and even paid his Greek taxes for him. 35-year-old Wilkins started off the season sluggishly, even getting fined US $50,000 by the club for making too many personal trips back to the United States. However, Wilkins soon managed to adapt and thrive in the European game. His performances earned him the Final Four MVP award. He also won the Greek Cup, was named the MVP of the Cup final. However, he failed to win the national championship of the Greek League 1995-96 season. as his team, Panathinaikos, lost the Greek League finals to their arch rivals, Olympiacos. San Antonio Spurs 1996-1997. Wilkins returned to the NBA before the 1996-97 season, signing a contract as a free agent with the San Antonio Spurs to solidify their bench scoring. Wilkins led the team with an average of 18.2 points per game in the 1996-97 season. He would be the last Spur to wear a number 21 before Tim Duncan. Fortitudo Bologna 1997-1998. However, after one season, Wilkins once again went overseas, this time signing a contract with Team System Bologna of the Italian League for the 1997-98 season. Orlando Magic 1999. Wilkins returned to play his last season in the NBA during the 1998-99 campaign, alongside his brother Gerald Wilkins with the Orlando Magic. In 27 games, he averaged 5.0 points per game and 2.6 rebounds per game. After the season, he finally decided to retire. Thank you for watching the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.